Yes, we will. Thank you very much, guys. Here with Prolly. Prolly, of course, I just saw you guys take that 2-0 there, very, very confident. How is the team morale and everything doing right now? Of course, you kind of ended the split pretty strong.
It's pretty just like crazy right now, because everything was kind of like up in the air, and then everything got solved, and so it was kind of just we weren't sure what was happening. So everyone's kind of reacting like let's go get it, regardless of what's going on. So it was pretty much everyone was a lot more comfortable than I thought. I guess it's one of the things when everyone's acting crazy, you become more calm.
Right.
That kind of happened with the team, and everyone reacted really well, and it was actually really easy to play these last 2 days.
So actually what changed over the last couple of weeks? Because when I spoke to your players, they were like, oh, well, we need to solve communication issues and this and that, but then it all just kind of clicked in the last couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working a lot on communication things and just general like comfortability on stage. That's been kind of an issue where we weren't able to get our scrim results to translate to stage. So that was our goal for the last couple of weeks, but obviously when we had to bring in a new player, we couldn't keep going with the plan we were doing. We kind of had to try to do different things. So I think all the issues got like 90% fixed, almost out of necessity, because it's one of those moments, you know, you like procrastinate for the exam, and then you study really well that last hour, and that's kind of how the team went for this week. Is we didn't have a lot of time to prepare, and once like all the cards fell and we knew what we were going to do, we just kind of like pumped up the effort.
And it just kind of worked out in the end.
Yeah.
Kind of looking towards playoffs now, of course, like now that Forgiven's coming in and that you guys actually looking stronger, what's your outlook on playoffs right now?
We still have a lot of like ideas to strategize and to think about. Nothing's set in stone yet with what we're going to do, so we're gonna just kind of go to the drawing board and see what's gonna be like the best to get like really good results out of playoffs. So I can't really answer that just yet.
Well, thank you very much for the interview. Very interesting insight there, of course. And we're now going to send it over to the casters now to take a look at the rest of the game and player of the game.
Thank you very much. I really like hearing from Prolly. Some honest, honest feedback, honest thoughts, and making some eye contact with him across the studio. It's a little bit weird. As always, we have to announce player of the game. I think this one is fairly obvious in my mind. Jankos, just great performance. His Hecarim was really everywhere. Pivotal team fights, really making use of their Onslaught Shadow as well.
And he was doing a great job of just punishing these low mobility carries that we had on the side of Origen. They had the Varus, they had the Kog'Maw, and this Hecarim just did a great job of diving onto the backline and setting up the rest of his team for success. So, well-deserved, and I think that this is something that we are likely to continue seeing throughout the day, which is just the value of junglers in Europe right now. Yeah,
beyond a shadow of a doubt. I actually have to double-check the player of the game standings, because I feel like Jankos is going to be in close running with Trick at about 8 or 9 player of the games throughout the summer split.
If he gets another game,
yes.
Then he could earn it.
Although
one
I
more
don't
time.
think that counts. Tiebreaker games traditionally do not count as part of the regular season because there's like bonus extra content. We do have a standings update that I would like to show you guys. If you don't like spoilers, please turn away and close your eyes. They're working on it now just to make sure that if you are spoiler-free, I'll give you another heads up. Because, of course, we're down to just one last series, G2 versus Fnatic, that will be starting on EU LCS 1 fairly soon. And if G2 get a 2-0 against Fnatic, it will then mean Fnatic and H2K will have a tiebreaker, because you can see them there sitting on 27 points apiece. We know that Schalke and Vitality are currently set up on stage, and that's to determine 7th place and to determine who will be safe and who's going to promo.
Yes. And Splice, after losing 2 games versus
2 games. They went 2-0. I mean, look, Akali top Sion support.
All right, okay.
Like,
I'm going to have to go back and watch that game and see what happened. But Splice, they accepted the fact that they were in 2nd place. I think that they realized that G2 weren't going to, or they expect G2 to defeat Fnatic. So they decided, let's just have a bit of fun here on our final week. Let's just give the crowd what they want, which is all these fun picks.
Yes, absolutely. And I also just want to reiterate, before we take this down, the promotion tournament and how it works, there is some confusion. So there's 2 stages to it. The single elimination portion, which will feature Roccat taking on Millennium. All right, that's LCS 10 versus Challenger 2. The loser is done. They're out of the promo tournament. And the winner of Roccat or Millennium will then face Vitality or Schalke.
Yes.
All right? Because the way that it works, that's it for the standings graphic. We can take that one down. The reason for that, if you're the highest seeded team from LCS in the promotion tournaments, you play the theoretical weakest team of LCS 10 or Challenger 2.
Yeah.
What that means is because Origen are locked in at 9th, they will then play Challenger 1, who is Misfits. And that is a very hyped matchup because Misfits are to this summer what Origen were to last year's spring, in Challenger.
Yeah. They are a truly terrifying force.
Yes.
We will have more information later on in the day in PGL and
With the
throughout
graphic
the week.
that makes it easier to follow.
Yeah, and there's just it is going to be exciting. This is not a promotion tournament that you're going to want to miss, especially Origen versus Misfits.
All right, let me just remind you guys of this tiebreaker rules very quickly. So the series was done and dusted. It's time to prepare for that tie.